Welcome to YAP with YAP, a podcast series from the YAF's Youth Advisory Board. Do young people feel like they really belong? On this episode of YAP with YAP, we discuss the rise of St. George's flags, community safety, British identity as young black and brown people, and solutions. Stay tuned for our thoughts on racial disproportionality and how we can all create change together.
You guys saw the newspaper article that was out not so long ago about people in like caring roles feeling uncomfortable going into people's houses where they've got flags up and stuff. Mm-hmm. There was like a really big divide on that topic. I get why they feel uncomfortable. You don't know what's on the other end of that door. Yeah. If someone had a flag up 3 years ago, probably wouldn't bat an eyelid. But someone that has a flag up nowadays is a bit like, okay. Not necessarily that I'm not going to go into there, but then I'm also going to be a bit sceptical about what's on the other end, but then that affects my job, because do I want to carry on with this job where I have to go into people's houses on a day-to-day? That's then again feeding into the cost of living, because then I'm having to consider what job I'm in just to be able to put food on the table.
Well,
I
think you first.
I was going to say, that also feeds into like the issue of safety of young people, and that how that lack of like feeling safe in where you are and the neighborhood you're in and the community you're in can lead to sometimes youth violence, and how young people are seeking a kind of, you know how nature versus nurture, and how the environment you're in kind of perpetuates how you grow up, and like what you see around you becomes normalized. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, the best way to put this is like, the people that you're around will always show who you are as well.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I feel like, you know, people putting these flags up and everything, and you talked about this. The part of British patriotism that we need to understand is that to be patriotic to your country is to love everybody that's in your country as well, you know, to show those values. And linking back to like also the financial issue itself, to give a helping hand, it's so hard to find a helping hand, especially to young people. And we're looking at this more and more often. Why are young people being isolated, especially in ethnic backgrounds as well? Because it's not fair for someone to point fingers at them for being the issue where they themselves don't know why the issue is done. You know, and why are they being cascaded into, oblivious kind of future. It's not fair, and
It feeds into then the issue of maybe mental health, because that's really isolated if you are feeling really uncomfortable within your community, and then services become really dire because they're then being overrun with people accessing the services because they're having ill mental health. It just kind of, one problem feeds into the other.
Yeah, I mean, it's still ongoing, but a few years ago when there was that extra push of black boys stabbing each other in the media, and it was all over the news, and I think it was just post-lockdown, and then all of a sudden, everywhere, every article you saw is about a black teenager stabbing someone else. Yeah. And it was a massive thing. And it was just as isolating to, again, a minority group who needs more help than ridicule.
But also, it's not just young black boys doing it, and it's actually, we're not the majority.
It's not. Let's
get Idris Elba in here, and let's use his stats on him.
Idris Elba, if you're watching this.
If you see your stats from your documentary, so we can see that it's,
Exactly.
we're still in England, white people are still a majority. So, and when we look at the statistics of youth violence, they're still a majority within youth violence
and
as well.
that's what I mean, when you generalize, black boys in general, but again, it's a failure of the system not seeing how these are being generalized when they're individual kind of cases. And also the fact that we're pointing fingers at young lads that haven't got the system helping them is the whole fundamental issue itself. And then them pushed, when a minority is pushed into the majority and being called the problem, then that's where it becomes such an issue. Again, when you talk about how it goes in a circle, it's going again and again in a circle. We're not solving anything. We're just pointing fingers again.